Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Leo, October 11, 2022. Pluto ends its retrograde phase today. Due to Pluto's long-term transit of your solar second house, this energy is about feeling more empowered to make changes in areas surrounding self-esteem, worth, money, talents, personal belongings, and income. It can be a good time to recognize and work on letting go of automatic behaviors that have kept you from thriving. You may be cutting the cord regarding a project or even an attitude that has been pulling you down. During the shift itself today and this week, concerns can intensify initially, but they should decrease as you make sense of them. A business or financial matter might unblock or release, and you're aiming to rise above worries. A full moon in a fellow sign is calling out to you. This lunation will spotlight the zodiac sign of Aries. Collectively, we will feel this vibration roar through the cosmos. A full moon in Aries encourages everyone to take a can-do, will-do mentality in all matters of life and love. This assertive confidence can be quite intoxicating, so you may even be focused more on your ego's desires rather than the wishes of others. This may feel immensely intoxicating, as you are spurned to lust, passion, sex, or romance. Just as Mercury is spending his last weekend in your career sector, Pluto's direct turn in your income sector today finally gives income potential the green light. It was just 7 days ago that Mercury turned direct, and with the tide now turned on both fronts, and especially having spent the last few days at a friendly aspect to Pluto, a turnaround that began a week ago is now complete. When the usual routine of eating lots of salad and getting regular exercise seems boring and predictable, prepare or order a really heavy dinner, like a fondue. Pay attention to how you feel the next morning and ask yourself which diet you prefer. You may not even have to do this because you can anticipate what the answer would be. We must always entertain our decadent impulses seriously, or we will miss the opportunity of using our better judgment. You are entering a phase when you will be taking stock and sifting through things, and starting a new cycle. You're going to start fresh and undertake a trip, if possible, or a new job. In the weeks coming up, there will be some changes that are heavy to bear, but you will rapidly be in the saddle again. Stay active and involved, and very soon the situation will work itself out, most notably in your sentimental life. While you are waiting, take care of your liver. Returning to a fun, playful, romantic, and creatively charged part of your chart over the weekend, the moon's timing couldn't be better, though this will extend into the new working week. This is no ordinary monthly visit, and not just because the moon has returned to begin the only full moon here this year. For the first time in 12 years, Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, is not only here but just weeks away from retrograding back out, is already on a mission to make his final weeks, and the doors still open to the past and second chances count. This is the catalyst that you have been waiting for. If possible, delay starting your morning activities and use this time for journaling or reflection. Getting our thoughts out on paper will help us to better understand the factors underlying our anxieties. The moon not only returns to your romantic sector today, but to begin the lead up to the most romantically charged full moon of the year. As this is also the moon's last visit before Jupiter retrogrades back out, the next few days will not only give the spirit of romance a boost while the doors are still open to the past and second chances, but can push through any remaining old excuses, roadblocks, and barriers, whether real or imagined. Our eyes in the sky. With the full moon in the passionate sign of Aries, it's a day to focus on your innermost desires and needs. This could be tough because, combined with the sun in Libra, it could cause some people-pleasing energy. That doesn't go too well with what the universe is requiring of the collective these days. Maybe you're now learning that you are your own family, though you could have regrets over something or someone who recently left the picture. Keep in mind that most of these transits aren't for the faint of heart. This moon in Aries hasn't let up on the gas at all. It isn't your responsibility to be an emotional punching bag in any respect. The theme of abuse of power dominates the conversation overall. Having compassion for yourself and your closest loved ones is the most important thing. Everything else really doesn't matter. You are a human being, and living the human experience can be harsh in general on a grander scale. Addictive cycles and dramatic patterns are also a possibility for some who are trying to cope with these changes. Taking the curious approach to your thoughts is the best way to determine any solutions. Prioritize your basic needs. Knowing that there are so many who are feeling the same way will help you through the tough times. Know how amazing you are and how much the universe loves you. Mid-afternoon, the Aries full moon provokes anxiety. The September 25th Libra new moon prompted us to set intentions for establishing reciprocal relationships, while warning that fixating on perfection could tip the scales off balance. Today, this giving-receiving dynamic is illuminated. We are forced to pull back cooperative energy to focus on our own needs. Yet, the moon's conjunction with wounded healer Chiron makes this an extremely awkward process. The Aries moon amplifies the perception that taking risks, pioneering our efforts, and even expressing difficult emotions like anger, puts us at a disadvantage. It doesn't help matters that the Sun is traveling with Venus, putting extra pressure on us to achieve relational harmony. At this time, we are guided to recognize that when we pursue our aims, we heal ourselves, thereby making ourselves better candidates for relationships based on mutual respect. If we constantly focus on our perceived failures or weaknesses, we will continue to sell ourselves short in our partnerships, believing ourselves to be unworthy of those whose love we desire. As difficult as it may be to negotiate this day, any brushes with self-doubt, insecurity, or criticism are intended to highlight anxieties so they can be reintegrated healthily. In doing so, we build a foundation of self-love, a prerequisite for relational love. In the evening, the moon sextiles Saturn in Aquarius, offering stabilization following a tricky full moon. This transit harmonizes the energies of our inner child and inner elder. It allows us to understand that emotional safety must come from within, from interior self-regulation. By setting proper boundaries, we engage with others in healthier and happier ways. Limits do not restrict us, they provide a safe container for growth and experimentation.